All right. It is now time for the draft. All right. And here it is what it is. We are going to draft 8 of the most insufferable fan bases in college athletics. Some are obvious. Well, I think almost all are obvious if you watch my Twitter. But at the same time, we are going to give the rationale for it. Now, some of these fan bases have good people in it. Not a lot. But there are some that are decent, upstanding folk. We will like with ASU. Like you got like Chef is a really good dude. There's some other guys too on there that are really good dude. But there's a lot of Glens, and just bleh. Now listen. Sheer is going to get the first choice, and we now we're not going to get Fitzgerald, no chance. Peehoff.
No.
So yeah, all right. Now, Sheer, you have the first pick. Who are you going with your first pick?
I think this one's obvious, Mike. I'm a man of the people. I know you disagree, but obviously Arizona State is number one. There's a reason why it's a rivalry. There's a reason why they're animals over there. They're very disrespectful. They're very the thing that I like about them is like we'll be talking baseball and then they'll come in and they'll be like, yeah, but the Territorial Cup for football. It's like, no, look, I'm literally talking about baseball.
Correct. You know what I like too? It's the worst as far as, and again, there's some decent people on there, but the 24/7 board that they have, and I know you can't get into this, but I will. The amount of stuff that goes on there, the amount of personal attacks is absolutely insane. And it's not like one thing where one guy says something, he's like, I shouldn't have said that. There's nothing that's policed over there. Everything goes. And at the very top, they used to have something that said that we monitor all statements on there. Well, I called out the editor of that, and guess what he did? Instead of monitoring the statements, he just took that part down. So again, there's just a lot of bad stuff in there. A lot of putting down a lot of homophobia. It's fairly rampant. A lot of stuff on there. It's no good. I do like some ASU people, but they are few and far between. Trevor Mears will like you as well. There's a few other ones, but yeah, it's no good. It's no good. But the bigotry has actually gone viral a few different times too, as well, where he said, remember the one on the message board Genius where the guy says, I'm sorry, I don't think that racism, homophobia, or anything is off limits when it comes to Arizona. Solid group of people over there.
The dude that was basically like, yeah, my dog would have killed his dog.
Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, I guess I feel bad for the dog, but at the same time, that's on his, it's no good. It's no good. So ASU, you get that one. Now, I need to be very clear about something here. I am going Deion fans, not Colorado. If you were a fan of Colorado before Deion, you're whatever. You don't really, nobody cares about Colorado. Deion Sanders, though, is a totally different animal. This is the guy that basically is always like, well, wait a second. Look at me. You got to have our names next to it, by the way, Cody, so everybody knows who we chose. Deion Sanders is the guy that's always talking about being humble, and everything is look at me. My best thing, though, one of my favorite things, though, is one of his things is he always says, I ain't hard to find. So when he sent his kid to go get a phone from a security guard, and then the kid beat the crap out of the security guard, Deion then told the media, he's like, I don't know what happened, man. Go find it out for yourself. And so USA Today does that, and they go find out, and they find out that basically every investigative entity blamed Deion's kid. And they show the text messages from Deion where he says, my brother in Christ, please help me go get the phone, this and that and the other. And the guy gets the crap beat out of him by Shiloh Sanders, another solid individual. And Deion then recants basically everything that he said. Deion at first said that the security guard was in the right. Then when it finds out he's going to lose money, Deion's like, oh, yeah, I don't know anything about that. I need this money for my gold-encrusted diamond necklace, or my cross necklace. But the best one, though, will always be Jake from DNVR, where he would always tweet at me, and he's like, Mike, you don't know the whole story. I know the whole story. And then he kept saying, he's like, yeah, I'm going to tell everyone the whole story. And guess what? He didn't tell anybody the whole story because the USA Today put the article out there. And then guess what happened? Instead of putting out the whole story, Jake said, I'm going to be the bigger man and move on, and blocked me. Keep in mind, this guy is indicative of almost all Deion fans. Doesn't have any ties to Colorado, didn't root for Colorado. He's like from New Mexico or something like that. But again, he loves Deion like no other. This is like I said, it's just a vile group of people by and large, the Deion fan people. Don't like him. Boo. Boo. I put Deion Sanders fans at number 2.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Also, by the way, real quick, remember when Jake tweeted at you and said Jason Shear's very sad right now after the Arizona-Colorado game? And you're like, no, dude, I've done this my whole life. I knew that we were going to lose this game. Yeah, boom.
Yeah, I don't get sad. Why would I be sad?
I don't get sad, dude. I don't get sad, man. He's been a fan for more than 2 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand you number 4 because I know where you want to go with it. So for number 3, I'm gonna go Washington fans.
Yes, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
They have been insufferable since Jed went there. Like, not only is he like the golden god of Washington football, but the way they like treat Arizona fans for being pissed at Jed Fish is just crazy. Like, and they're mean about it, they're combative about it, and then when you go back at them, they just go straight personal. That's always a sign for me when you have a dumb fan base, is when you try to talk sports and their response is like, you're fat. It's like, yeah, okay, that's great.
Yeah, you know what I love? I love the fat jokes. Like, it's like, yeah, dude, like, okay, good one there. You know what I love too about the Washington folks as well is that 2 years from now they are going to they're going to hate Jed as well, guarantee it. And Jed's already coming up with excuses. We've seen it before. Jed's already saying, you know, I don't have the money that some other schools do, this or that. And when he gets blown out by 85 points to Ohio State, I guarantee you he's going to say the same exact thing. And I'm telling you, Washington fans will turn on him, and he's going to look when that UCLA job comes open. He's going to pretend that that's his dream job and that he always wanted to get there, and that's what he's going to do at that point. Yeah, you're totally right on that one, Sheer. I have no problem with it.
Thank you, Michael.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was good. All right, now Illinois. Illinois.
I handed you that one, baby.
Yes, thank you. All right. I cared nothing about the Illinois fan base until last offseason. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know that there was an Illinois fan base. Honestly, we've never talked about Illinois. You've known me a long time. Have I ever brought up Illinois in any way, shape, or form?
What's the reason?
Right. Yeah, there's nothing. There's no reason to bring up Illinois. And so anyways, with Illinois, though, there's a couple different things. First, I tweeted out, I said, after Boswell left, I said, this is a good move for Arizona. Give Jaden Bradley the keys to the cargo. And then they're all like, oh, you're coming after him. You're coming after him. He's just leaving a toxic environment. You could say anything you want about Tommy Lloyd. You could say, but the one thing I will say about Tommy Lloyd is that it is not a toxic environment here. And absolutely nobody here views that except for one person. So maybe that's on them. But at the same time, then they come after us when we're talking about Will Riley. We never said that Will Riley was coming to Arizona. Not once. And they started bombarding the chat with stuff. So then, and talking about the great Orlando Antigua and about how he's essentially, John Wooden reincarnated as the best assistant coach ever. And they just started proliferating the chat. So we started mocking them. It's also the fan base, along with the Deion fans, that has easily the most amount of burners that I've ever seen.
Palmer Hoffman just said that too. He's right.
Right. I have never seen a fan base, the Deion fan base and the Illinois fan base, nobody actually puts their name on anything they say. I can't tell you how many DMs I get from Illinois fans that are telling me, they're like, oh, you better watch your step, or you better do this or that. And it comes from some guy that says, it's like, my sister is hot, 1286, or something like that. It's always some bogus, phony baloney stuff, bunch of fake tough people. Now, there are a few people, big money donors, funny. I actually have grown to like Greg Jones because some of his stuff is actually really funny. We've DM'd a few times, but that is basically where I'm at though with that Illinois fan base. And the other thing too, like B-Ball School, I love tweeting at B-Ball School. He's actually not a bad guy, but dude, you've been to one Sweet 16 in the last 20 years. You're not a B-Ball School. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about any of that. And on top of that too, like, kind of one, yeah, and that the one guy is vile. They have a beat writer that is easily the most vile person.
To credit Illinois fans, which I know you don't want to do, they think he's vile as well.
Yeah, I was actually going to give them that. I will, because they do go after him. I got to give them a lot of credit on that because that guy is disgusting. But overall, though, it's a very odd fan base. You know what I like too, watching them from afar, is they always keep going at Purdue fans in basketball. You might want to look at Purdue, and you might want to look at yourself and be like, But either way, Illinois fans had no clue who they were until the very end. And now at this stage, I will always have fun with Illinois fans. By the way, they keep thinking like if I tweet something out like a video, they keep thinking that they're going to like mock me into disappearing or something. No, you're only emboldening me.
Ben one white.
Ben one white. Back the K, baby. Back the K. Ben one white. And then they got that Ant Wright guy. That guy sucks. Although I think he's a Big Ten guy. Real quick on this guy, and then we'll get back to it. So this guy was talking all.
Mike was born for this segment.
Yeah. This guy was talking all kinds of crap about me. And then he literally, this is what a beta this guy is. So he literally sets up a Spaces so on his turf so that I can go on there and defend myself against 90 people. Everyone's saying, don't do it. I was like, I'll do it. So I go in there and I wait. I'm clearly there. All the Illinois fans saw it, and he doesn't let me on. And then, so after 15 minutes of waiting, I DM some of them, and they're all like, yeah, that was a pretty weenie move by him. And then, so as soon as I try to get off from it, then he starts talking crap about me again. Come on, man. Like, that's the epitome of you mess with the paw, you get the glove. And that's exactly what happened. Total weenie. So there it is. Illinois, boom. Sheer, what do you got next?
UCLA basketball fans.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah.
Easily. Look, I understand Arizona hasn't made a Final Four in quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that UCLA basketball fans are still living as if John Wooden is coaching the team.
It's great.
And they're in the Final Four every year, and they're entitled to greatness and all that is just so stupid. Like it's the there's a word, the entitlement. Like that's just what comes to mind. Like they believe that they are the Hep C thing, right?
Oh yeah, Hep C's great.
They don't question why no charges were filed or why no one made it a story. They just say, "Oh, how dare you!" The meth jokes about Arizona. Everyone is just so below. That's the thing. Everyone is below UCLA basketball fans. It's hilarious. The racism when they talk about Tucson and then not realizing. That's my favorite thing about like ASU fan base too. Is when they go racist, but they say it's not racist, even though it's
is. Well, dude, you know what I did? I did a really good job with the Soldier of the Valley guy or whatever. That guy hasn't tweeted since then. There's a buddy of mine in the chat that found out who he was for me, and then I started plastering the name everywhere.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's not talking about Browntown anymore. He's not talking about any of that. And yes, I had a very good time.
And it's so they're so entitled. They're so upper echelon of basketball and all that. And meanwhile, there's 48 people that go to their games.
Yeah, exactly. And you have Mick Cronin as your coach.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, exactly. Now, guys, we could probably do it. Yeah, I hate the throw it down big man guy. That guy's awful. That guy's totally bad. And he's got the picture. His profile picture is of Dan Lanning getting violated. So it's like, okay, what are you doing? All right, now I got a group too that I've never really liked, but. I think that they have a major insecurity complex with themselves. Utah fans.
Oh, damn it. You took mine.
Yes.
Starless. Jason agrees.
Kobe liked Carlos, by the way. Was that one of the worst things ever? The people see, that's the epitome too of why doxing isn't necessarily a bad thing. If you say something so vile that
but we didn't dox. That's what I want to be clear
man.
on too. Everyone's like, you dox. It's like, no, his information was on his Twitter profile.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about it too is I still will say this. If you say something so vile, if you go around just saying vile things, deal with the consequences, bro. You messed with the paw, you got the glove. Carlos sucked. Kobe loved Carlos, and he would always listen to him. And what was the other Stooge's name? Pineapples or
something like that. I hate Jews. I think it was her name.
Yeah, it was something. It was something like that. Yes, Dennis Walsh. That's very funny. That's very funny. All right, Utah fans. Utah fans are the epitome of the insecure fan base here. Utah fans feel that they have to go out of their way because they're viewed as an LDS state, that they have to go out there. They swear more than any other fan base I've seen. I like BYU fans a lot. You know why I like BYU fans? Because they're cool with who they are. You know what? We're not drinking. We're not this. You want to make fun of us? Be that as it may, we're cool with who we are. Utah fans have to go with this grunge factor that it's like, hey man, we're Utah fans. We're really, really cool. You know, that is the part that really, really annoys me about Utah fans. So they start swearing, they start getting personal. Remember that one Utah account where the guy started screaming afterwards, where he said hate week, and he just starts screaming out F you at all Arizona fans? And then, so guess what? Arizona fans go after him. He's like, why are you getting personal with me?
I like too how they were another entitled where they thought they were too good for the Big 12.
Oh, I know, it's so good.
10. That was
right.
So I love that.
Yeah,
we're gonna wait. We're in the Big 10, and meanwhile, me and you were like, dude, you're gonna be waiting a long time.
You're gonna be waiting a long time for that. But like I said, though, I have a lot of respect for BYU fans. I know Greg Thompson disagrees with me on this. Greg Thompson is wrong. But with Utah fans, like I said, man, just own who you are. There's nothing wrong with it. Just own who you are. You're not impressing anybody by swearing or trying to get outside the box. Boo.
This gets really tough now, Mike.
No, I got one. I still got one more. What do you got?
This gets really tough because do you go national?
Yeah, because I think we got to go national at some point here. If you want to go national, I got another one as well because I'm just going to back on that one.
Man.
Yeah.
Because
just do it. Mr. Tyler Warden, let's just break the seal here. Let's just do it.
I was gonna say because I could name every SEC team. I was literally picking.
Let's just do the entire.
Let's 7 and 8. We just agree to put SEC.
Yeah, let's just put SEC.
This one. Yeah,
exactly. SEC.
Yeah, perfect.
Here's my issue with the SEC. Yes, it's a good football conference, but man, they act like basically it's the NFC East every single time there. And I'm sorry, man. After you get past the top 2 or 3 teams, those teams are all meh, whatever. Now, again, it's better than the back end of the Big Ten, but at the same time, dude, this SEC love. Like, I remember too, like when what was it? There's always like the 4th place team in the SEC that somehow gets ranked, or like this 8th team, like Kentucky. It'll be like some team like Kentucky that's ranked all year and they're like 7-5 and they suck, and nobody wants to say that they suck because they're like, oh, it's the gauntlet that they go through. Meanwhile, they lost to like Vanderbilt or like some out of conference game. It is nauseating. Yeah. I mean, it just, Big Ten. Oh, nope. Yep. OC Bodybuilders, I apologize.
Big Ten basketball teams.
Yeah, I apologize. Yeah,
okay.
Cody, that.
We'll combine them. Because
no, actually put SEC, but then put Big Ten basketball at the end because I got to be very clear about that. At least SEC football is good. We need to have our own thing for Big Ten. All right. With the Big Ten basketball.
You're born. You're born.
This is the crappiest conference going, and they think of themselves as this elite. You haven't won a championship in 26 years or 25 years, whatever the case may be. Meanwhile, you get 800 teams each year off that ESPN and that phony baloney hype, and you all lose. There's a reason. You have the worst pros. Like, nobody looks at it. Illinois, for example. Illinois has 2 players in the NBA. And they both are just meh. So, Big Ten basketball, no thank you. And it's awful. And guess what? They're going to get 9 teams in next year, and they'll all not do anything.
Amen.